Welcome to Viewpoint on Ukraine today, where we are joined by Olga Verzhykovska, a psychological coordinator working with the public movement for the improvement of women in Ukraine. Olga, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So your organisation is working exclusively with women whose loved ones have been affected by the anti-terrorist operation in the east of the country.
Yes, we work with such a category of women, but we work with another category of women who lives in Kyiv, in Cherkasy, in Zhytomyr, and have some psychological problems or social problems.
Okay, so these women, it may be their husband, their brother, their father, their son, and they've gone to fight in East Ukraine, and then you are helping the women overcome psychological problems which have come up from losing their loved ones.
Yes, absolutely right. We have very good experience with the National Guard of Ukraine in helping women to solve their psychological problems. We talk in some groups, like groups of therapy, psychological, and discuss any problems that they have, any problems, psychological, social problems with their health, absolutely. And during some time, they become more calm, more confidence, more healthy and more wealthy. Because when their husband comes from the east of Ukraine, husbands want to see healthy and wealthy women who can give, for whom maybe some help, maybe some good words, and when the woman, in the hysteric, maybe because they very not comfortable feel themselves, some women, their husband become more stressed.
More stressed. Okay.
At home, because stress from the east and the stress at home become very difficult problem then to solve.
So a lot of the guys that are coming back from the east of Ukraine, a lot of these are suffering from things like post-traumatic stress disorder. What advice do you give to the women to help them combat this? First point, we ask women to do some psychological therapy moves of their body. So therapy, physical therapy. This is the first point, because we can help them to feel themselves, Moving and exercise.
Moving therapy of the body, first point. And then therapy of their, brain
mind,
and psychology. Yes, because it's a specific problem. We can ask people to do something only from the body in this group of people. Because only talking, it's not a very good way to solve problems psychological. But the body it's our specific way.
So you see the movement and the exercise which you get these women doing. Do you see this having a greater effect than mental psychology?
It's first point and then mental psychology. So not only physical, but first and second step. First step is psychology of the body.
Okay. So is it normal in Ukrainian culture for people to speak with psychiatrists?
Absolutely not, because people are very afraid of psychologists from the Soviet Union experience.
Okay,
so very afraid of psychologists.
So previous experiences in the Soviet Union have given psychologists perhaps a bad name.
Yeah, it is very difficult to explain women that psychology, it's normal people, they want to help, they give absolutely practice recommendation, but step by step women become more open in their speaking with people, in their talking, because they see, oh, no, normal woman, I can talk with them. So it's second, not maybe in the first point, but second or third point, to become more comfortable profession of psychology in Ukraine and more understandable.
So would you say that your organisation, you're working to overcome this stereotype of psychologists in Ukraine?
Yes, we want we ask for experience from the psychologists in another country, and we want to discuss some problems with the psychologists in Israel, in United States, in Europe, Switzerland, possible. So we, during last year, we become more, in the more contact with the psychologists abroad.
So how are you working with the National Guard of Ukraine?
We work with the psychologist coordination in the National Guard of Ukraine, and we discuss problem and we plan our therapy. So they ask to work with the women of soldiers, our people, and they work only with soldiers. We doesn't work with. I doesn't work with soldiers. We don't work with soldiers.
You're working exclusively with women?
Exclusively with women, not with soldiers.
So does the National Guard of Ukraine help you select particular cases, say, vulnerable women, which you should be working with?
They asked women of their soldiers to come to our groups and discuss problems, because we haven't telephones of this woman, because we have auto, and so it's unreal to take telephones of soldiers and their wives. It's unreal. So they ask the women, and then we work with them.
So when was your organisation founded? When did you begin this project?
We work since Maidan in Ukraine, and official we started in September of last year.
So you started during Maidan, which was over the winter of 2013, 2014, and then starting from September last year?
Yeah, it's official.
Okay. And how many women have you worked with since then?
In 14 regions of Ukraine, we have near 100 women.
100 women?
In 14 regions.
14 regions. And this is from the east to the west of the country?
Not in Donbass, not in Lugansk and Crimea, but in other regions. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 women who works with us in contact every day. By phone, by mail, every day we're in the contact with.
Okay, so apart from excluding the rebel-held territories in Donetsk, Lugansk and in Crimea, occupied Crimea, you are working across the rest of the country?
Yeah, across the rest of the country we work every day.
Every day?
Because we have database of women who ask our help, and we help them. We have a call center. Women can call to us and to help.
So there is a phone number where women, if they're feeling they need someone to talk to, there is a number and they're able to call confidentially and have a conversation with a psychologist. And is this service provided free of charge?
No, free. It's free.
It's free for the women to use.
Absolutely
yes?
free for women. Yeah. And for me, it's absolutely free.
You're working as a volunteer, yes?
As a volunteer, yes. I have my private practice like psychologist, and that work is a volunteer only, specific volunteer work.
So is everybody working for this organisation a volunteer, or
yes.
is it funded by the National Guard or by another organisation?
In our organisation, only free as a volunteers, and with the women in other organization, we work not only with the National Guard, we work with another organization with our government.
Okay, so you're working with the government here in Kiev?
Absolutely. We have experience in working with them. We write letters, we asking for help for us by the phones, so it's a very different kind of relationships with the government. So
did a service like this exist before?
People had this experience in 1991 when people come back from Afghanistan.
I understand. But since then, not at all?
Yeah, but we haven't any experience because it was the broken of USSR, so it's, the second wave of such like problems with the military people in Ukraine who has some psychological problems, specific military psychological problems. So our people have it, but we haven't experienced in psychology sphere, in government sphere, in military sphere. So it's absolutely new for us.
Okay, Olga, well, thank you very much for your time. That's all we have time for today, but thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. You have been watching Viewpoint on Ukraine Today, where we have been joined by Olga Verzhykovska, a psychological coordinator working with the public movement for the improvement of women in Ukraine. Thank you for watching.